When I was first approached about this, I was really excited because I wanted to share all the different cool things that you can do in politics. What's great about politics in this field is you can fill a bunch of roles in a variety of different capacities. And I was approached last summer, but since then, our political climate has changed a little bit. So I feel it would be more appropriate today to discuss and encourage how all of you can really become civically engaged, get involved in your community, and potentially run for office later down the line. All right? So I want to start by asking you several questions, and you can just respond by showing your hands. All right? How many of you feel that our political environment today in our country is absolutely disgusting? All right, I'm with you on that one. How many of you feel that our political parties are way too partisan? I would agree with that as well. Finally, how many of you, since November, and raise your hand even if you've had the slightest inclination, or even have it's crossed your mind a little bit, have thought about running for public office, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime down the line in the future? That is so refreshing. For those that raise your hands, keep it up. Keep thinking about it. All right? Today I'm going to tell you my story, how I did it, how I ran for public office, how I won, why we need more people to run for office, and how you can do it with a minimal budget and get your bang for your buck. Right, Elaine? Elaine worked on my campaign, so she knows a little bit about that too. So I have the honor and distinct privilege of serving my hometown on the city council. I grew up in Walnut, went to Walnut High School, went back east for college for 4 years, then came back. And the reason I decided to run for city council was because I was absolutely disgusted by some of the actions that some of the council members were doing at the time, right? Not only was I disappointed in their actions, their behavior, but I felt that they were not showing what I believed was a reflection of good government. So then I decided to ask my friends, some extended family members, encourage them to run for office, right? I asked everybody. I asked my coaches, my friends, community leaders. I all encouraged them to say, hey, we need new people. We need new blood on our city council. Why don't you give it a shot? All of them said no. All of them said the exact same thing. They didn't want their private life to become public. We have a saying in politics, it's very easy to find people who want to run but can't win, and it's very hard to find people who can win but want to run. I couldn't find anybody, all right? It was very, very difficult. And after I had asked everybody that I could think of that would be a good reflection of our community, I said, you know what? I can't do this. I can't take this anymore. I can't let the same things keep going on in our city government. I'm going to run for office. So I decided to put my name on the ballot, and from there started a 5-month process that literally changed my perspective on life, and literally changed me as a person, for the better, I would say. There are people that I thought who were my good friends, who I thought would have my back, that avoided me like the plague. And there were people who I had never met them once. They became some of my biggest supporters and my best friends today. Right? It was really an eye-opening experience. And unfortunately, I ended up winning. So, why do we need more people to run for office? New people bring new ideas. Today in Congress, there's only one member of Congress that identifies as a millennial serving in Washington, D.C. Now, that number will grow as time goes on, as millennials climb the social ladder, but I still think that's way too little for the largest population group in the United States today. All right? So how do you do it? There's several things that you need to do, and this is my advice. Number one, get involved in your community. Okay? In order to represent your community, you need to really know your community and be a part of it. Join organizations. You can join political groups, that's fine, but join other organizations where you feel that you can make a difference. Kiwanis Club, Key Club, anything, right? What's great about local office is that these positions are nonpartisan, meaning that you will not have a party affiliation next to your name when people go to the ballot and vote, right? So you're going to need help from both Democrats and Republicans to win. And besides, there are good Democrats, there are good Republicans, there are good people in both sides, in both political parties, and it's really good to make friends and get to know people and really create relationships with people who may differ from you. Second, create a kitchen cabinet. Everybody know what a kitchen cabinet is? Kitchen cabinets are people that you trust wholeheartedly with everything. All right? I have about 4 people who I trust for everything, and I go to them when I need advice or help. In politics, you see the best of people and you see the absolute worst of people. Unfortunately, not everyone has your best intention. So you have to be really careful about people and what they want from you. Because I'll tell you, right after I got elected, I had a lot more friends than I ever thought I had, right? And so you just have to be aware. But really find 4 or 5 people that you really trust and keep them around and have them watch your back for you. Okay? Number 3, you're going to have to make difficult choices. All right? It takes money to run a campaign. It takes a lot of guts to ask people to vote for you. If you are not ready to do that, then you should not be running for public office. Okay? You really need to get out of your comfort zone and really take the risk. Go for it. Because if you're not ready to do that, you will not succeed. And it's not worth it. Finally, really consider why you're doing it. All right? Personally, I would never run for a seat that I am not passionate about. If you are not passionate about it, it's not worth it. You receive too much flack, too many complaints, too many emails to do something you don't really like. Okay? And believe me, there are enough people who are holding office right now that are just doing it for the title and not doing it for the benefit of the community. So don't be that person. Right? Really, really think about it. And my speech is short today, but if you want to run for office, really think about it. Talk to your friends. Really understand why you want to do it. And if you want to do it, come talk to me, and I'd be more than happy to help you get your foot on the ground and start a campaign. Thank you so much.